Project Echo, 1960 to 1964. In order to transmit radio communications across countries, Project Echo sought to launch enormous metallic balloons into space. The balloon satellite idea was successful for a short time, but as improved communications technology became available, it soon became outdated. Space archaeology for lost satellites ongoing. Today, researchers engage in space archaeology, locating and examining long-lost satellites from the early space race. As reminders of humanity's initial forays into space, these remnants orbit. Voyager's Golden Record, 1977. Gold-plated phonograph records with greetings, noises, and music from Earth are carried by both Voyager 1 and 2. The purpose of this interstellar mixtape is to introduce humanity to any potential alien civilizations. Japan's Smiling Satellite, 2009. A cartoonish smiling face was painted on Japan's Maido 1 microsatellite. One of the most creative and strange space missions in history, the oddball design was a part of a marketing drive to increase public interest in space science. China's Moon Potato Mission, 2019. A sealed biosphere filled with silkworm eggs and seeds was sent to the moon by the Chang'e 4 mission. The first and only plants to grow on the moon were potatoes, which sprouted for a short time before dying in the hostile lunar climate. Russia's Animal Test, 1950s to 1960s. The Soviet Union tested the survival of a variety of animals in orbit before launching people, including dogs, mice, rabbits, tortoises, and even a variety of insects. Of these pioneers, Laika the dog is still the most well-known. John Young's corned beef sandwich, 1965. A corned beef sandwich was smuggled into the spaceship by astronaut John Young on Gemini 3. Despite NASA's disapproval, the stunt went down in history as one of the most famous space pranks and bizarre space missions. The time astronauts smelled space, 2003. The smell that astronauts reported clinging to their suits during spacewalks was a combination of gunpowder, welding fumes, and cooked steak. When excited atoms are exposed to air, they return to their usual energy levels, which is what gives out this scent. A Tesla Roadster in orbit, 2018. SpaceX's Falcon Heavy test flight hurled Elon Musk's personal cherry red Tesla Roadster into orbit. One of the most bizarre space missions in recent history, it continues to circle the sun in an eternal cosmic road trip driven by a mannequin in a spacesuit called Starman. Skylab's Space Shower, 1973. NASA installed a shower in Skylab in an attempt to improve living conditions in space. However, the intricate arrangement, which required astronauts to carefully vacuum out stray water and strap themselves in, was so tiresome that the majority chose to skip it completely. Soyuz 11, 1971. The first and only time humans have perished in space was during the Soviet Soyuz 11 mission. All three cosmonauts perished due to cabin depressurization while returning from Salyut 1, the first space station in history. The Beatles played in space, 2008. In addition to visiting Pluto, NASA's New Horizons mission assisted in sending the Beatles' iconic song across the universe into deep space. Targeting the North Star, the broadcast functioned as a musical time capsule for any listeners from other planets.